Well, I'm back. I'm back at Colorado College. I brought my pen. I'm ready to sign the letter. Gosh, where do we start, Coach? I was here to watch your series last weekend with Denver. Didn't go the way you wanted it to go, but I think you said something that was pretty revolutionary. You said, we're not there yet.
Yeah, and I think what we talked about as a team is why did we underperform? Not taking anything away from Denver. They're a good team. They've been good all year, but we didn't play to our standard at all. The things that have been good for us that have made us a tough opponent just didn't show up that weekend. So we evaluated why we underperformed and what we could do this week to fix it and refocus.
So you look at that series, and you guys the weekend before got canceled out with COVID again. You were coming off a huge road sweep. Any carryover, do you think, on that? I know you don't want to use it as an excuse, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, and other teams are playing with it. So, whether there is or not, that can't be part of our solution is that, hey, we weren't shut down this past week. But whether we win or lose, we evaluate for what it is. And the fact is we didn't play well in all facets. Our PK wasn't good enough. Our power play wasn't good enough. Our goaltending wasn't good enough. And we just didn't we never got on our toes, I'd say. Disappointing for sure, but at the end, it's 2 games in the middle of a long season, so we can't act like the sky is falling all of a sudden. We've done a lot of good things throughout the year to build to a spot where we're happy with the way we play and the type of the game we play. So we can't all of a sudden try and think that we have to start from scratch again. We just got to get back to work and get back to what makes us a good hockey team.
Your first look at the Gold Pan series, was it what you expected the first 2 games as far as crowd up in Denver and crowd here? And was there any emotions involved in it, or how was it for you on the bench?
No, it felt like the other games, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think there's always excitement, and you understand what it means to the people outside of our locker room. But every game feels like that inside of our locker room. I just think those 2 mean more to the people outside the locker room, which we take responsibility for, and we're not, that doesn't mean it's lesser because it actually encourages our guys and it builds them up because that you're playing for more than just the group that's in there. So in that way, rivalries are always fun because, you get the texts, the emails. I'm sure the guys did the same. And so it's in that way it's fun, but what we do, to prepare or how we feel going into a game, our job is to continue to get better and grow and continue to play a good style of hockey, no matter who our opponent is.
I told you about this earlier, and I keep seeing The Wire and seeing all these guys that want to become Tigers and are giving you a commitment. Are you happy with what you've seen so far with the guys that are coming in the future?
We're really excited, but as excited as we are about those guys coming in, our main focus is on the guys that are currently in our locker room. And they've had great junior careers, really good junior careers. Some guys are still building their junior careers and taking good steps that way. But once you get here, you're in the NCHC. And stuff turns up quick, and so we're excited about what we've been able to do. The type of traction we're getting, the type of response we're getting from guys that we think are top prospects, the type of schools that we're in fights with and starting to win some. That's usually the barometer of how the recruiting's going. Sure. Yeah. And so I think for us, we're able to win a good majority of the battles that we think are the ones we need to win to start taking those steps. Okay. And hopefully that just keeps continuing.
Let's get back to on the ice. Omaha coming here this weekend. It doesn't ever get easy in the NCHC. They've had some lumps along the way as well. What do you expect out of Omaha?
Well, but the last game they played, they beat Duluth 5-1, and so I'm sure that. Done for me lately? Yeah, exactly, and you have to be that way in this league, because you play good teams, and you have to take your wins when you can get them and enjoy them and build off of them. and understand that you're going to get some losses along the way that you have to learn from and grow from. And so, they're coming in. They split at home with Duluth. Their last game was a 5-1 win. I'm sure they're coming in with confidence and, in terms of being able to build off of that. But we have confidence, against them as an opponent as well. It's never going to be the same weekend, right? Yeah. But I think what we learned is that they can turn mistakes into offense quickly. But that if we get to our game and we work the way that we know we can work, we're a tough team to play against and we can have some success.
I haven't seen you in person since you got back from Canada, which was disappointing of the World Juniors, but now we're looking ahead to Beijing and the Olympics. I know you have a soft spot for USA Hockey and what they do. It's different though now, right? No professional players, a lot of college teams. What are your thoughts on that right now?
I'm so excited. I'm waiting for the college hockey players to be on all these commercials that are going on. And I actually sent a text to one of the players 2 days ago. I'm like, when am I going to see you and your parents on one of these commercials? So I think it's going to be a great showcase and highlight of college hockey on a scale that it's never really been done before. With their presence at the Olympics. I know we had a couple college players at the past Olympics, but this is a pretty big chunk, and it's a lot of different schools in a lot of different areas and kids from all over, and I think they're going to put on a show. I really do. So I think it's going to be great for college hockey. Hopefully, it grabs the attention of the country, and then we can keep it once it's done.
Final thing for you, when you look at the guys that are going, and you're familiar with Michigan and what they're losing, as a coach of this team, if somebody had come and plucked a couple off of your team, how would you have handled that? I know how you'd handle it, but it's tough, right? I mean, you're coming down the stretch run, you're trying to compete and win a national championship, and all of a sudden 2 of your best players are gone?
It is, but when the thing is, when you recruit those caliber players, you have an understanding that that's a possibility, right? You have an understanding they might leave after 1 year. Yeah. You're hoping to get them for 2. You have an understanding they're going to be away for World Juniors, that national teams are going to call. And so that's a conscious decision you make in the recruiting process that, hey, these guys are going to be difference makers for us the day they step on campus, but they might also be difference makers for somebody else in the middle of it as well. But it's a dream come true, and you just think, what if they asked me to do it? Yeah. It's a dream come true, right? Yep. And so, as much as we, as serious as this all is, yep. as much time as it consumes, it's literally my life. We're a step in the process for these kids, right? And their ultimate goal is to play in the NHL, and their ultimate goal is to win championships, and we're still a development part of that. And so we take that seriously here, and we know what we are. We want to do the best job we can do, but any Tiger gets an opportunity, I'll pack his bags for him.
All right, folks, mic drop. We got a letter of intent to sign. I knew you'd come up with that. I knew you'd be that good. Thank you, Coach Mayotte. I appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.